We want to be free to do what we want to
The
do.
two were Muhammad Ali and Sonny Barker, the president of the Hells Angels.
When you look back at your memory of that time, what was the worst experience you had that you remember that you're so glad you got through? And maybe there were just too many, I don't know, but was there a particular point that was, this is just an experience that I will never forget? This, is there one thing that sticks in your mind?
It was one prison director. He was very bad. He was like a mafia, and he hated me. So he moved me to Building 3 in Crown Prem. Building 3 was all sick people, tuberculosis or sick, full of tattoo everywhere and taking different medicines. So he sent me there, and then after 2 days, he came to the building. He pushed everyone to the dining hall. It was a very big dining hall, at 1,000 prisoners there. And all the guards were around the building. And he stood up and he told all the prisoners, and he let them use all kind of drugs that day. So I think 30% were all on drugs. And then he started to say, all the problems in this prison come from because of Benny. So he was putting all the blames on me in front of 1,000 people, which 30% were murderers with the drugs. And there was one guy, a Jordanian guy, very tall guy. He's still my friend on Facebook. He's witness. He was the only one who came next to me. He said, Benny, you should go out. Here is dangerous. And this director stood and said, okay, whoever want to kill Benny, go ahead. Whoever want to stab Benny, go ahead. And some prison guards, they were just afraid, because they didn't know what to do. The director is saying this, and they're all standing around. And some of them just point to me and said, go out, go out. So this guy just hugged me and said, Benny, let's go out. So I walked through all these criminals shouting, and I said, any minute, it's like this in prison. If one attack you, it's Thai style, and then hundreds come on you. So I said, okay, I'm dead. Let's walk. And I walked out. Nobody touched me. But I was very afraid that day. Not afraid, shaking, but I said, okay, this is the end,
Yeah, right. That sounds incredibly lucky, to be honest. That if one person had stepped forward, then yeah,
1,000 people. It's like a movie. If you want to walk through ISIS killers, something like that. All of them shouting with tattoo everywhere, dark skin, and all of them drugs, and wow, Benny. I was just listening this, and I was walking. I will never forget this.
Yeah, right.
And one time in the last prison that was also very bad, in Minburi prison. And they hired people to beat me. And the people didn't want to beat me because the guards never did it. They sent prisoners, And then I saw they were beating some prisoners for weeks, maybe 2-3 weeks. They were beating them every day in the middle of the garden. I was wondering why they beat them so much. Okay, they beat prisoners a lot, but this one was every day, morning to afternoon. They were beating them because they didn't want to beat me. I got to know after. But so after a while, they stopped beating them. And then I was sleeping. That day very tired, so I was sleeping. I did some exercises. And then suddenly, boom, 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 wood on my head everywhere. So when I woke up, all my face was broken. My head was like this. And they just took me some bandage, nothing more. And then the same day, the Swedish embassy staff, they showed up. They never came, but that day they came to see me. And they just saw me, oh, what is this? I looked like crazy, with bandage everywhere. And they didn't care so much, The embassies, they are hopeless here, in Thailand. So, yeah, that was also a very bad experience.
It's very brightly colored and it's very loud, and it's fun for a while.
This is 1095